Someone said that. You know, someone said that to me. They were like, Tim, you are too radical. I'm leaving you. Like, what the fuck, man? You don't think talking about healthcare is radical? See, that's why I got a problem with progressives. They think because they want some shit, it's normal. Do you realize this whole industry's opposed to the shit you talk about? I know it seems like everybody wants it. That shit sound foreign as hell. But there was a study that someone said that the people, yeah, that's because yeah, okay. And if you said, would you like a bag of money to fall from the sky, people say they want that too. But since when did America's government, when did the U.S. government give a shit about what people wanted? Come on, Johnson. We ain't gonna play this game where you act like you don't know what I'm talking about. So that's the thing I got. That's the problem I had with white progressives. White progressives think because they want some shit that's mainstream. Motherfuckers erasing student debt, universal health care, ending the wars. People talk like that's not radical. Motherfucker, I'm saying black people need to check. You talk about ending the wars, and you think I'm crazy. Woo! Do you realize, do you hear yourself? America's been at war every day for the last 50 years or some shit. And you think, because I'm talking about cutting, America's cut checks before. We cut them all the time. You know what we don't do all the time? Give out health care, erase student debt, end wars. That's what we don't do. You sound way crazier than we do. It's just that you don't benefit from this, so you don't give a shit about it. What? From that time, the other guy covered it for 2 seconds. We care. Tim Black, you're mean to us. No, I'm being honest, man. It's not about you as an individual. I'm talking about overall. You're not looking at it with clear eyes, Johnson. It is radical as hell to be talking about giving out universal health care. It's radical. There are whole industries that would use all the powers that they have to stop that shit. You do realize this. You do realize that. Stopping the wars, there would be a war if you try to stop the wars. Fucking Northrop Grumman and Lockheed Martin would turn all their missiles on us. Do you realize there would literally be a war if America stopped the wars? But see, you don't think about what you're asking or what you're fighting for in a radical sense, because it's a bunch of you wanting it. But when I want something for my people that is old, America never made a claim that it was going to erase student debt. America never made a claim it was going to give us all health care. America never made a claim that it was going to end wars. But America did claim that it was going to give us 40 acres and a mule, motherfucker. America did claim that all of us were created equal. Those things it did claim, okay? So, but for some reason, what I'm talking about is so radical that people leave me like I'm like I boo-booed on myself. Like I can't control my bowels when I start talking about real shit. But they'll stay and say, this such and such insert progressive name is such a fighter for the people because he talks about health care. See what I'm saying? Do you understand my dilemma? That's all. I just want us to understand each other. That's all. Just understand each other. So when I'm in bed, I'm looking up at the ceiling at night. Mrs. Black is like, Tim, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Well, who are we kidding? She's like, Tim, go to sleep, please. Joking. Joking. It's like, Tim, go to sleep. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm looking up at the ceiling and I'm thinking, do I want to do this politics shit anymore? I'm really tired of eating shit. You know, at some point, it's like, that's shit on my spoon. I'm really tired of eating this. I get no retirement plan. You realize how risky this is, how stupid it is what I'm doing? Well, it's for a good cause. So what I'm saying, Johnson, is like I want us to be transparent about what's happening here. Let's be real. Okay? We're all talking about very radical shit. Anything that benefits people, actual people, not corporations, is radical. There are degrees of radicalization, okay? Anything that benefits us over corporations. And they're all in on it, Johnson. The whole system's in on it. You know, when I covered Ketanji Brown Jackson, when I covered her, Johnson, no one was talking about her siding with Lyft over the Lyft employees for benefits. I didn't hear anybody bring that up during the confirmation hearings. Nor did they talk about the black Lockheed Martin employees that one of the class action lawsuits that she ruled against. And then ran the clock out on for them to be able to appeal that shit. There was something else she did that I forgot about. Oh, that's right. She ruled against the environmental groups that were trying to stop a pipeline that were the second largest pipeline from running through from Chicago to Oklahoma or some shit. But none of those three things I just brought up, which are pretty major, were talked about. But you know what was talked about? She gave somebody a 5-year sentence instead of a 10-year sentence. So they're all in on the same bullshit, Johnson. What I'm saying is, if it benefits corporations, anything we want that's against the corporate states of America is going to be considered radical, Johnson. So just jump on in. You as radical as me, if not more, and just admit it and put your biases down and join the Tim Black Wolfpack and cut the bullshit. Because this is the way we go. You're just as radical. You are crazy. You think you're not radical. I say you're more radical. It wasn't radical when the Japanese got paid. It wasn't radical when Jewish folks got their money. It wasn't radical at all. Nope. Wasn't radical at all. Seemed like the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Get where I'm going? So, you know, it's going to be radical. And I want universal health care. And I want erased student debt. And I want us to end the wars. Realize that's radical shit. You could die wanting that too. You could die wanting that. There are people that want to ban guns. And they say that shit like that ain't radical. There are white guys and black guys, but there are a lot of white guys who would shoot your ass for that. You do know this, don't you? But you don't consider it radical because it's like mainstream, because white people want it. So what white people want is not considered radical, even if it's some shit that could get you killed. One of the reasons why I keep getting up to do this show, one of the reasons why I against all odds, is because I have a loving wife that allows me the room to do this. It just so happens is a beautiful person who's willing to have less. It doesn't go get in an entanglement. That's one reason. The other reason is I believe there's certain things that I say in such a certain way that ain't nobody else saying it that way. Yeah, there are people who are smarter than me who, when they talk and they go on certain subjects, I marvel at the breadth of their detail. I marvel at it. I'm impressed. There are people that impress me, but they don't say it the way I say it. So there are people that I think I can reach that they can't reach. They'll use 100 words, but they can only use 10 to get the same point across. We need those people too. So they need to keep doing what they're doing. I need to keep doing what I'm doing, and like somehow we'll help the collective. And if we do it well enough and we do things with some business insight, we can all still live indoors. You know, we can still live indoors at the same time. You got to get rich. Rich is overrated. Look at Will Smith. No peace at home.
Oh no, anxiety creeps up on me. Is this how it's supposed to feel? Tell me when it's over, I got someplace that I gotta be. It won't leave. My friends say, get out of your comfort zone, it's a blessing in disguise.